defensively, I let the defense down because I am the captain of the defense, and I didn't play. I didn't rally the team when it was needed the most. But that was last week. That's an old week. This is a new week, and I'm trying to move, and I'm going to move forward from that. We know we got a hard challenge in SEMO. Like Coach said, letting the EQ running the ball. They're also an option team, kind of like Chattanooga, out of the spread. And I promise this week I'm gonna do a better job of leading my defense and getting us ready to play. And like Coach said, being physical is not something you can teach or drill. It's just something that we got to bring out of us. And that goes from defensive line all the way back to the safeties. And we're gonna have to do a better job of it this week.
Well, I just feel like on offense we need to get back to being consistent. That was our biggest problem, starting with the running game, because that's where everything bases off of in our offense. We couldn't do that. It kind of just shut us down a little bit. But,
because you're amongst the older guys, you feel the I don't want to say the need to step up because you guys are always out front, but is there a little bit more of a push that way or burden on you guys as older players to say this is how it's going to be, or how do how do you approach the guys on your team about saying, look, this has got to change, and I'm out front to show you or tell you how it's going to change?
I don't look at it as a burden. It's just like I got to talking to Coach Williams about it. I look at it as just something that I have to do. It's a challenge, and that's something I'm always up to accept. And but as a burden, I never see it that way. I just always see it as a privilege that I've been chosen to be that person, to carry that load. And I'm glad that Coach Williams and Coach Crowe has that trust in me. And that's something I have to get better at doing, is just showing it rather than telling it to them.
And we just have to, as leaders, make sure the sense of urgency is always up. I don't think we did that well this week. I think that's what kind of drove some of the things that happened.
And Quiz, for you, would you just speak about maybe what you're noticing about SEMO's ability on the takeaways? Of their 16 takeaways, 10 are picks. They seem to always be around the ball. What do you see in that, either in that stat or in that team?
Oh no, I haven't looked at them from this year yet, but I know they're always very disciplined. They don't do a whole lot on defense unless they change a whole lot, which I doubt they have. They don't do a whole lot, but they're always in the spots they're supposed to be at, just like Coach Crowe said. I mean, and telling somebody the other day, defense just stay in the spot they're supposed to be in. People gonna mess up on offense. Like, nobody's perfect, but I mean, we just have to capitalize and try not to mess up.
Does it get how much more does it get your attention as a quarterback to see they've got 10 interceptions, regardless of who they're playing against? And I'm not questioning your ability as a quarterback, just when you see somebody has 10 picks as a team.
I just have to be on my game and have the ball in the right spots, pretty much, and that's all I can do. I don't need to try to force anything or do anything extra. Just make sure I'm being consistent and doing what I'm asked to do, and everything should go into order after that.
Coach, talk a little about SEMO, their depth charts on the other side. You need to maybe just talk about some particular players and stuff.
It all starts, with quarterback and their style of offense, because they're a power team, but they're a option power team, and it's the same style of play. It goes back to really Tony being from Nebraska. I mean, you can see the old Nebraska, which may be the same way that it is now. It starts at quarterback for them, and they lost an outstanding quarterback who graduated last year, and then they came in behind him with one they've been grooming, and he got a torn ACL. So they're down to, I don't know if this quarterback is a true freshman or a redshirt freshman, but he's a young player that really has been impressive. He's he's a guy that can throw the ball. That's not what they picked him for. Picked him because of his athleticism and his toughness, I'm sure. And their ability to get the ball both inside and outside is predicated, first of all, about getting the ball inside. Getting the ball inside, they're going to create the same power blocking schemes that we've been working on. There's nothing really different. The difference is the discipline with option assignments, because you can everybody can win their job and one guy be wrong when you're playing the option, and it'll be 25 yards or 80. It takes more discipline to play against this style. The quarterback for them is the key. Levi, their running back is a very talented player, and they have a very big fullback. It's almost like having another lineman back there. And then they're going to force you along the line of scrimmage and try to hit you with the big plays down the field. DJ Foster's been around a long time. He's a long, tall drink of water that's caught some balls on us before. Defensively, it starts with them with Pfeiffer, their middle linebacker. I think led the league last year in tackles, may have been an All-American, and he was a leading tackler. And their whole defense is predicated on keeping people off of him and him making plays. They're very disciplined, is what I would say, and as Quez has already alluded to, people are just where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. Play hard. Opportunities are created there, and they've had those opportunities, and they've not missed an interception or rolled over a fumble. It appears that and people that get them are the people that expect them. That's a mindset. And what I see about them defensively is senior. They got some maturity on defense. They got a sophomore playing here, just playing corner, but they know their system. They've been playing it for a while, and they've kept the same system ever since Tony's been there. So that's why they're playing good on defense. Offensively, they're massive, and they're run blockers first, and they bring it to you. They're not zone stepping and putting their hands on you. I mean, they're guys that'll come off of you and try to punch you, which that's what makes physical football. So they're man blockers primarily, and they'll be attacking us, and we got to attack them back.
Your practices become more physical this week.
We're going to have a different kind of practice, yeah. We really need to define our physicalness. You can get into a lot of game planning and a lot of assignment work and not get enough of that other stuff. I've asked our coaches to have less in that area and more in the areas that you can truly practice physical. Because I think, and it's even more so when you're young, you need to practice physical to play physical. I say it's a state of mind, but you got to experience it to keep the edge there. But transferring it to the game day itself, you got to carry it from a last Wednesday practice to a Saturday. That's a mindset. Because the only thing we can do is do it Tuesday and Wednesday, and we will, and we'll be physical. And I know we're going to go out there and be physical. So, but I think it's it's what Quez used the word urgency. Does it become an urgent thing to them every day on Thursday, Friday, and leading up to Saturday? That's for each man to determine themselves.
Coach Crowe, with their offensive line side, they look to me, just at the numbers, that they're bigger than Eastern Kentucky was. Are they the same kind of blocking unit as Eastern Kentucky was, or is it a different style of line play?
It's a different style of line play. They're not as, you notice there's some 6'1", 6'2" guys on there. And usually guys that are 6'1" and 6'2" are more run blockers. We've got some of those ourselves that, the longer bodies are the ones that are zone blocking and pass protecting as a primary, where you 6'3" and 6'4" and 6'5". Usually when you get down to reach and range, yeah. Once you get down to 6'2" and 6'1", you're looking at close quarters, man-on-man kind of football. And when you say they're bigger,
Well, you look at
they're
the
more,
weights in there.
yeah, the weights are,
300-pound guys.
yeah, I got you. But the height's what's telling me what kind of blockers there are. No, we're going to get a chance to respond to whether we regained our physicalness or not. We're going to get that chance. And the thing about it is, it was lost. It's not like we haven't been. I mean, we know how to be physical. It wasn't transferred, and that transfer is, you know, is part of the way that what your structure and your accountability is to carry something over a period of time. And if you as a football player quit thinking about it the day that you walk out the door, or the hour you walk out the door, it'll get away from you. It won't come back to you. And you know, that's physical football team has to carry that physical mentality as part of the personality, not just a response.